My name is Jirard Khalil. I'm that one video gamer on YouTube for my show, The Completionist, which is me, and you are watching the NVC vlog. Hey everyone, my name is Jirard Khalil. On YouTube, I'm known as that one video gamer for my show, The Completionist. And The Completionist is a kind of man versus game review show where basically I, every week, complete a game. And I've been doing that since September of 2011. So I've been here for 6 years on the internet, just constantly completing one game a week. And I've done well over 200 games. And I do new games, I do old games, indie games, AAA, anything in between. If it's there and I like it, I want to talk about it. If I hate it, I want to talk about it. It's kind of a mixed bag of all kinds of crazy stuff. It's got jokes, it's mostly informative content, and yeah, it's been quite a ride, and I'm still doing it, and I hope you guys check me out. I hope I don't get in trouble for this, but I started my channel and the entire idea of The Completionist because of IGN, actually. I don't think I've ever told anyone this. I would read the reviews and I'd get to the end of them and I'd like the score and I'd like the game that I was seeing, but I always felt that there was not enough of like the end game aspect. What was the end of the, what was the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? And I think that's kind of where I saw my calling and my passion. I've always been a completionist by trade, just as a hobby in my own time. And I wanted to create a show that shares that experience, that, goes, hey, I'm reviewing this game or talking about this game, and here is my evidence and my proof and my homework that I went the extra mile and I did this, and you guys at home can decide if the game's worth checking out or not. My favorite Nintendo game of all time is Donkey Kong Country 2 for the SNES. I think it's a game that doesn't get talked about very often as much as everyone talks about Super Nintendo games. I think that should have been on the SNES Classic over DKC1, but I get why it wasn't. It's a game that has a very dark tone versus some of the other games on the SNES. You've got Diddy Kong who's trying to save Donkey Kong with a new sidekick, and the music is just on a whole other level. It's foreboding and scary but wondrous, and you have some great titles like the Sticker Brush Symphony, and it's so much bigger than it appears, and just playing as Diddy Kong and getting all the DK coins, it kind of proves that as you're completing the game that you are rewarded to be better than Link, than Mario, than Yoshi as you complete the game. And that to me was something that I don't think any other game did. Like, what game can you play where by completing it you are better than Mario, you're better than Link, you're better than Yoshi? It's that weird kind of thing that didn't really exist in a game, and I think that was Rare's way of taking a fun little poke at Nintendo. But I don't know, that always resonated with me, that when I completed the game that I was better than my heroes. And I don't know, that's just kind of how I've always viewed that game. There's only 2 games on the SNES Classic that I am bummed that didn't make it onto the final release. And obviously one of them is Donkey Kong Country 2, but the big outlier that I see is Chrono Trigger. That's one that definitely should have shown up. I mean, we got Secret of Mana and we got Final Fantasy 3/6. Those are both great Square Soft NX RPGs, but I think Chrono Trigger has such a bigger, rabid fan base that's been wanting to play this game over and over again, and I think it was a real missed opportunity to not include Chrono Trigger on the SNES Classic. Oh man, I have a weird, sad but funny story about one of my favorite SNES games that isn't on the Classic as well, that I can't believe I didn't talk about. TMNT 4 Turtles in Time for the Super Nintendo. It's one of my favorite beat 'em ups of all time, and when I was a kid, I was obsessed with the Turtles. It was something that I constantly talked about, and I'm the youngest of 5, and I have a big family, and they're all kind of all over the place. And my dad was out and about on a business trip, and all I could think about was wanting to play the new Turtles game. It's all I was dreaming about. I had the action figures, I was ready to go, and our house was being remodeled. And as I'm walking down the stairs, the workman accidentally tripped me, and I fell down the stairs, and I went into a coma for a couple of days. And so my family was worried about me. I was like 4 or 5 at the time, and they were all concerned. And back in the day, there were no cell phones. There was barely even the pager or email. So my dad had to just call around and see where my family was. And he, on a whim, said, "Oh, I'll call the hospital." So he called the hospital, and he talks to my mom, and my mom and my dad are crying, and they're going, "He's not waking up. He's not waking up. What's going on?" They say that he might not talk anymore, that he might not be able to do anything. And my dad said, "Give him the phone." And my mom goes, "What?" And he says, "Yes, give Jirard the phone right now. Put it in his ear." And so the nurse puts the phone in my ear, and my dad yells at the top of his lung, "Jirard, wake up." And I do nothing. And he goes, "Jirard, I just bought the new TMNT Turtles in Time game, and I bought you a Leonardo doll. Wake up." I jump out of the coma and I say, "When are you coming home, Dad?" Like that, instantly on the spot. And I don't know why, I don't know how, but I was fine. I just woke up out of this weird coma and was like, "Great, let's play games. I'm ready to go." And sure enough, when I got home, there was a big Leonardo doll waiting for me and a boxed copy of TMNT Turtles in Time for the SNES. And yeah, it's a weird story, but it's one that I'll never forget, because that's kind of a crazy thing that happened.
Holy shit, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, I love that game, dude.
Oh man, super underrated. I was really bummed with the Ubisoft remake, because it technically was based off of the arcade game, not the Super Nintendo game, and they cut corners a little bit, but yeah, it was so good, so good.
Getting my coffee, we'll be here in a minute.
Awesome. Where do you want Jirard? Left side?
Let's have him middle next to you.
So
Yeah.
over here?
Yeah.
Okay. Jirard, this is you.
Sure. There's that boy,
Here?
that iced coffee boy.
Where do you want Damon? Damon, what's your pretty side?
That's my side. Sorry, David. You got ace.
Idiots.
The first week I did NVC, Zach was sitting on this.
Yeah, and I hated
Yeah.
every minute of it. Why? I just felt really uncomfortable. No, I don't know. Over here? I really don't care.
I naturally look to the left. So Damon, you just gotta tap me.
Okay.
You're like, "Oh, Damon!"
Don't forget about
Hey, what's
me
up, man?
there.
Hey,
Zach.
Gerard,
Nice to meet you,
Zach.
dude. Glad to have you in.
Oh,
Yeah, thanks for
you guys
having me.
didn't
Yeah,
even say
absolutely.
hi yet.
Yeah.
Do we have is there a coaster floating around?
There are a couple actually.
I really wasn't sure.
Forgot a water.
Whoa.
Or that.
Where did it go?
Admittedly, that was a pretty good throw.
It's like,
If you saw it, you would have caught it.
Yeah.
So here's a little run of the show.
Great.
So we're gonna start with intro, and then going into kind of the big news of the week. Starting with Zach whining about the Super NES Classic.
I can't get one either.
Oh man.
oh,
So
what?
double whine.
Well, this is where my entitlement's really gonna show. I have one, but
Oh.
I'm still gonna whine about it.
Yeah.
I played that. He's a good friend of mine.
did?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my God.
He's a
Damon,
cool dude.
thank
So
goodness.
Yeah.
we
And
did
then,
we had a series called Link Together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he had posted a video where him and a buddy did the same thing like a day after Brian and I had posted our first episode.
Yeah.
And a ton of comments were like
When is
Peanut
this
Butter Gamer
Blackfest?
did it, Peanut because he's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they were following, you know,
Okay,
then
right.
for that kind of stuff. And he like jumped into the comments, was like, actually these guys beat me by a day. Super cool dudes. Glad we're having fun doing the same thing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Like it was very cool of him.
so this goes up tomorrow. The Splatfest starts on Saturday at 4 p.m.
Splatfest starts this Saturday.
The weekend
Yeah.
that I returned to Splatoon 2, probably not.
Do you play Splatoon at all?
I used to play it a lot. I played on Splatoon 1 for hours, but Splatoon 2 came out, and I was like, I don't think I'm ready for another
What's your
investment.
What do you think in Cuphead?
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
It's really challenging. It's super fun.
It's been pretty divisive here in the office.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think overall the aesthetics just kind of reel me in.
Unbelievable, yeah.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah, it's not too impossible. I think that's the
Yeah.
thing, is that everyone's doing the whole Dark Souls thing, but it's definitely not that. It's
I think
close
that's
enough.
also just a popular thing to say about anything that's challenging.
It's true.
That
Yeah.
was
I'm
my
playing
son.
Super Mario World right now on the SNES Classic, and it's the first time I've probably played it in, I don't know, 12 years.
Yeah.
And it's like the Dark Souls of Mario games. Yeah, it took me so long to get through World 3 last night, and I was like, damn, Am I just like much worse at video games now than I was as a kid? Yes, probably so.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Super Ghouls and Ghosts. I'm like, I know it wasn't that hard. I know
That
it was
game is-
hard when I was a
That game is
kid.
nearly impossible.
That game puts hairs on your chest.
But
That's
I remember finishing it the one run through, and now I can't even imagine. I'm like, I'd be too frustrated and too angry. I can't do it.
I came to, so I was here yesterday to hang out with Kind of Funny Guys.
Okay, cool.
And since they wanted me to go on their show for a while and just miscommunication and stuff, so I finally was like, all right, I'll come out. And
you've been dealing with Tim because you mentioned miscommunication.
Roasted. It's a real roast. And so immediately I was like, well, I'm going to be here anyways, so I extended my trip a couple days to come and see you guys and see your place. So
I thought
Nice.
you were in town for like something amazing.
no, I mean, you guys are amazing. That's why I'm here. So
Do like he like drags his suitcase, his big like capture box with him?
yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
Always
Gotta
ready.
Gotta always make some videos sometime.
So what happens if you don't make a video for a day?
Hasn't happened.
Do
Whoa.
you just not eat that night? Or could you trade off?
As punishment.
I wish it could trade off. YouTube, unfortunately, is a lot more punishing than that. But it's like if you miss a video, if you're a YouTuber that has a schedule and you miss your schedule, it's as if you didn't post for a week. And if you miss a week, it's like you missed it for a month. And if you're gone for a month, you're gone for 6-7 months, and it just gets worse and worse because the algorithms just keep changing and they're very self-aware. And it's very crazy stuff. I love your guys'
Shiny desk?
Joy-Cons.
Oh,
So
Joy-Cons.
cool. This is awesome. Yeah.
Thank you. This is on loan from the Museum of
We'll talk about
Tom
that in
Marks.
a second on the
Oh.
show, yeah.
No, cool.
For a second, I thought, yeah.
Act
this is
surprised when he
Tom's,
has the golden Joy-Con.
Is that Tom's or is that yours?
So it's a long story. Tom was. I asked Tom to mod mine
Are you in gray?
they're white
Yeah.
with
have
colored
it.
buttons, so it was
But
like
it's not-
yellow, red, green, blue.
Oh, no way,
So it looked
Tom.
like birthday cake. It was really cool, right? So Tom modded the left Joy-Con, and then while he was modding the right one, he broke it or like couldn't get it to work, and so he returned it to my desk, and I didn't see him. This was on Monday, and I didn't see him all day on Monday. And then I opened my Switch case on Monday, like at 7 o'clock, as I was getting ready to leave, and I look at it, and it was like one white one and one gold one, and I like took a photo of it, and I texted him, and I was like, "Hey, what's going on here?" And he texted me back, and he's like, "Yeah, I was looking for you, but I had to catch my train. Like I messed it up, and like I had to give you 1 and 1." And so like all night, I'm at home just looking at it like this, like my OCD is just kicking in super hard. I'm like, this is awful. So I saw him the next morning, and I was like, "Hey, Tom." He's like, "You want the other gold one?" And I was like, "Yes, please." And he's like, "Yeah, no problem." He just switched it out for me.
That's
okay.
funny, you're like sweating.
Yeah, I was like, oh God, what if this is my life forever now?
Are we like 2 weeks out from Mario? What's the date?
October
27th.
27th? And
Yeah.
what is today?
So 3
5?
weeks.
3 weeks?
3 weeks.
Exactly. Jeez. Oh my god, that's so awesome.
Did you see that they're showing up in Mario demo units are showing up at kiosks and stuff?
Oh.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
they're putting
What
them out, at
Malls?
Target stores, I think, and
Target,
Best
yeah.
Buy. Yeah. When they're getting new Switch stock, Nintendo has been setting up kiosks with Super Mario Odyssey playable.
Nice.
It's probably the only stock you'll see during the holidays is that one in the kiosk.
No, I don't know. Like I've been retweeting stuff from the NVC
There-
account, and people have been really good about posting like, "Oh, Columbus, Ohio has 15 Switches
Yeah.
in stock right now."
Yeah.
So like I'll retweet that and like
Yeah, folks. If you see Switches in stock, tweet at NVC Podcast and we'll retweet it out for people looking for Switches. Because for a while you couldn't find them. Now they're finally
Oh,
back.
is that the new one?
Very nice.
All right, let's do some mic checks. Let's start with Damon.
What's up, everybody? Let's do a Nintendo voice chat. My name is Damon Hatfield. I'm going to be your host this week.
Nice.
Pear, let's have you go.
Hey everybody, it's also Damon Hatfield here with Nintendo Game Scoop. We have lots of great scoops for you today.
Ooh!
Jirard, let's have you go.
Hey guys, what's up? My name's Minecraft124. Welcome to my 345th episode of Minecraft. Today we're going to build a house, and we're going to trap a creeper in it, and then we're going to go onto my friend's server, my friend Todd. Todd isn't very talkative, but he's still my good friend. We hang out on the weekends. His mom makes me cookies. It's a great relationship. Also, please make sure to like...
Let's have you go.
Hi, thanks again for watching. That was NVC Vlog here for this week. Thanks, Jirard, for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Now, where can people find you to watch your videos?
Yeah, you guys can check me out at youtube.com/thatonevideogamer or you can go to YouTube and search The Completionist. If you don't want to do that, but you want to check out a video of mine, here's a link on screen right now you can check out. And if you want to check out the NVC cast that we did, there's a link right here too. We talked about the aftermath of the SNES Classic and some of the new Nindies that came out. Nindies is the correct term? Yes.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, Nintendo Indies that came out for this week, so check it out.
All right, thanks again. Bye.
Bye.